Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be my review for Girl Meets World Season 1, Episode 19, Girl Meets Farkle's Choice. Before I start this review, I want to say something that's really been pissing me off about Girl Meets World lately. It has nothing to do with the show. It has to do with Disney Channel itself. Why does Disney Channel think it's a good idea to take a monthly hiatus? Like, every single month, they take a damn hiatus. And they don't come back for a very long time. It takes them forever to finally come back, and it honestly gets very annoying because there's so many other shows on TV, and sometimes I forget. I forgot that Girl Meets World was on tonight. I was like, oh yeah, Girl Meets World is on tonight. Like, seriously, I don't know why Disney Channel likes to do this all the time. I find it very annoying, and they need to cut this shit out because I want to see the show. I really do like this show, and this episode was very good in my opinion. It was a little bit different and kind of surprised me a little bit, definitely. It kind of took me a little bit off guard, I gotta say, because of what this episode regarded. This episode was basically all about, Farkle had this award show that he was going to, but he only had one ticket. He could only bring one friend. So he had to choose between Riley and Maya. And honestly, guys, what I like about this episode, one of the things I did like is that Lucas is absent from this episode, and I honestly feel like it's better when Lucas is gone because I gotta say, when Lucas is gone, the dynamic between Riley, Maya, and Farkle is very, very strong, and I think the reason that it hasn't been as strong lately is because they've added Lucas into things, and Lucas honestly is becoming such a pointless character that I honestly feel like they're just going to drop him by Season 2. I really do. I feel like he's going to be dropped by Season 2. I don't know if they decided to already, but I just feel like he does not really belong on this show anymore. I don't know what it is, but I feel like he just doesn't really belong on the show. But basically, it was interesting to see what ends up happening here because Riley and Maya both really want to go, so they both start flirting with Farkle. And when Riley was flirting with Farkle, I'm like, did I miss something? Because it kind of took me off guard. It really did, I have to say. Really, it took me off guard. I was like, wow, this is interesting. And we basically see that these two get into a pretty crazy fight, honestly, over Farkle. Doing whatever they can. Hang on one second, guys. I'm getting a Twitter message. So basically, they're fighting over Farkle, and it was interesting to see them fight over Farkle. I mean, the things that they did with Farkle to get, to fight over Farkle, I thought was very funny. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I saw a lot of chemistry between Riley and Farkle tonight. I know it was not real, and I know that they weren't actually together and that she was just flirting with him. But honestly, I like to see Riley and Farkle happen. Now, I'm going to talk about who I initially want together. I don't want them to end up together, but if they do date down the road, I could definitely see it happening, and I kind of saw some sparks in the relationship. I definitely did. Maya and Farkle I liked as well. I like seeing Maya be flirty with Farkle, and he himself is taken off guard, because honestly, these two are never, and I love that Riley and Maya are like, are we seriously gonna fight over Farkle? I mean, that was a really funny line, because honestly, I myself am like, seriously, they're fighting over Farkle? They don't even like Farkle. And just the one scene that had me cracking up was the scene, Farkle's famous captured where he goes lays and they say Farkle. Well, this time they were like flirty, like Farkle, like they were flirty about it, and they were actually into him. And it was really funny to see because I think it's the most flirtatious we've seen Riley and Maya. We've never really seen him fight everyone, and whoever thought it'd be Farkle that they fought over. I always thought it'd be Lucas or someone like that, but Farkle, they're fighting over Farkle, and it's just so funny to see. And just the things that they did to get to that concert. For example, Riley, basically Maya forces Riley to put a bug on her head, and Riley's completely okay with it. I thought that was really funny to see. I thought the way they handled that scene was pretty hilarious. I was cracking up there. The things that I did like about the episode was eventually that it gets pretty crazy between them, honestly. And it gets to a point where I honestly thought they were going to leave this episode on a cliffhanger. Let me talk about, by the way, the reason that hiatus thing is driving me insane is because we literally have 2 episodes left, and they're taking another hiatus next week to show a Disney Channel original movie, and then they come back to the season finale. So I personally thought that they were going to leave this episode on a cliffhanger because of how intense their fighting was. If they would have, I think it could have been very good, because I know Boy Meets World tended to do that a lot. At the end of their seasons, they'd leave shows on a cliffhanger. But they didn't do that in season 1. They did not do that. They actually had like an actual, like, it wasn't as serial as it got in season 2. Like, season 2 became more of a serial show, while season 1 was definitely more like procedural like this is. But I definitely enjoy seeing them fight, but eventually Farkle thinks they're going too far, and I like what he says to them. He says that he's not going to pick either of them because he doesn't want to come in between their friendship, and he thinks he's going to ruin their friendship, and I thought that was very well done. And Riley and Maya start to realize, why are we fighting over him? They don't want anyone to come between them. They're not even going to let Farkle come between them. I mean, out of all people, Farkle is who they're fighting over, and they think to themselves, why are we fighting over Farkle? This is one of the most ridiculous things ever, and definitely, it's ridiculous what they're doing, and I thought it was very good to see, because it really shows their friendship, how strong it is, and I really did love that. I mean, it's a very well done, it's a very good message, because I don't think they've really covered something like that. We've seen Maya be supportive of Riley with Lucas, but this episode really showed that girls fight over stupid shit. I really think that's what this episode was trying to show us, especially girls. I mean, guys fight too. Guys will fight over girls, but girls would do anything to get a guy, and this episode showed that, and sometimes they just go too far, and I like that they decided that, you know what, they're being ridiculous for fighting over Farkle, and in the end, he ended up taking neither of them, he ended up taking both of them. They both go to the award show with Farkle, and Jane Lynch was there. Jane Lynch was hosting it, and I love that they made fun of the fact that Jane Lynch hosts everything. She's like, yeah, I host everything, and she is hosting this thing called the Buggy Awards. It honestly might have been one of the funniest scenes they've done, because I love that they were just making fun of Jane Lynch as a person, because she did play herself, which I thought was very funny. When I knew she was going to be on the show, I did not think she was going to play herself, and when she played herself, I just started cracking up, which was great, because we did not see Jane Lynch on Glee tonight, so at least I got some sort of Jane Lynch, which I don't really like Sue on Glee, but I like Jane Lynch on this. I thought she was very funny in this, but basically, I thought it was very funny. I thought that was very funny to see her host it, and Smackle ends up getting the Buggy Award. Also, the thing with the tribute for the Bugs when they did like the Bugs that passed away was just priceless, and she's singing "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot." Honestly, that's one of the funniest things the show has ever done. I think it's so funny that they did that, and just the fact that they poked fun at it, I thought was so funny. And Smackle ends up getting the award, and that is who Farkle's going to end up with. Farkle's going to end up with Smackle, and I like that we saw Smackle again, but I don't think we've seen Smackle since Smackle's episode, and we can see how happy Smackle is, how overjoyed she is, and I thought that was very funny to see. And overall, I really enjoyed seeing Smackle win that award. She definitely does deserve it, and I thought that was very well done. I thought that was really good overall, and I thought they handled that team very well. So then, basically, that was the main plot with Riley, Maya, and Farkle. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't know where Season 1's going to end. I know the next episode focuses on Riley going on a date with Luke, going on some sort of date. And I think it could be a strong season finale overall. I'm going to talk about the season finale in a second, but let's get to the subplot of this episode, which was very funny. Topanga's hosting this book club. She has this very popular book club with children, and Augie, and Ava is a part of it, and Ava ends up bringing out her mother, who I was very interested in seeing Ava's mother. And Ava's mother is about the most hoity-toity woman you could ever encounter. She is so, rich and rubs it in your face, and she's so proper and just so annoying. Ava's annoying in a way that's cute and lovable. She's a little girl, so I feel like when Ava's older, she's definitely going to mature. Definitely she's going to mature. But her mom, oh my god, you can now see why Ava is the way she is. Her mom is so fucking annoying, and it was so funny to see Topanga clash with her mother. But am I the only person that actually saw Ava, not really liking her mother? I actually thought I saw Ava having some fun tonight with Topanga. It really seemed like she was having a lot of fun. There's a scene where Topanga kicked her out of the book, of the book club to send her mom home, and it looked like Ava was genuinely having fun. In fact, there was a scene where I thought Ava was just going to leave her mother there, because it seemed like Ava was actually having a very good time. It really seems to me that Ava is maturing while her mother is not, and I think Ava is just so used to Topanga now that she's enjoying it, and she enjoys, I think she's enjoying, even though, she knows that Topanga hates her, I think Topanga's even starting to care about Ava. I really do. I think that she, even though she's annoyed by Ava, she really does care about her, and I like seeing that. I like seeing that character development there. I love that Ava's mother thought that Augie was a girl. Oh my god, that was so funny. Corey role-playing as the animals in the books were so funny to see. Some of those scenes were just so ridiculous, but they were so funny as well. Ben Savage is just so good at physical comedy, and that scene had to be one of the funniest scenes of the entire show so far. And basically, that was a subplot, and overall, that was the episode. And I gotta say, it was a pretty solid episode, definitely. Definitely one of the best episodes of the season so far. Not the best was still the Christmas episode, but it still was definitely up there. Now let me talk about something that I said is definitely pissing me off. We have 2 episodes left, and they're literally taking another, like, 1-week hiatus, and then it comes back, and it's the season finale. They need to stop stretching out the season so much. The season started in July. Like, it is ridiculous how long... Actually, no, it started in June. It is ridiculous how long it has taken for us to actually finish this season. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm tired of taking so long to finish out the season. They need to... I understand Disney Channel does this with every single show, but this is why I don't like Disney Channel. People ask me, why don't you like Disney Channel? I think Disney Channel has an awful, awful programming. Besides this, all their other shows, they are awful. The only other show I can tolerate there is Austin and Ally and Dog with a Blog. Those 2 shows I will watch if I'm bored, but literally I barely ever watch them. This is the only show I will actually admit that I watch. Those other 2, they're totally guilty pleasures. Totally guilty pleasures. This is not guilty pleasure. This is just a great show. The problem with Disney Channel is that they stretch out the season so much, and it really pisses me off that they do that, because it's been hard to keep up with this show, and I think it's really getting annoying that they're doing that. I'm tired of them doing these long-ass hiatuses, because it's really pissing me off. But... because, I really do like this show, and here's what they'll do. They come back for 2 episodes, then they'll take another break. Come back for 2 episodes, take another break, and it seemed to just become a pattern. They literally have 1 episode left, and then they're not coming back till June. So... season 2 is in June, and I believe it's not coming back till the summer. So it's really going to get annoying that they're just going to keep waiting for these episodes to come out. I'm going to be waiting for a new episode, and it's going to be the finale, and just, they have a stupid movie on next week, Bad Hair Day. It looks absolutely, that looks atrocious. I'm sorry, guys. Bad Hair Day, it looks absolutely terrible. They have a new show coming on called Casey Undercover with Zendaya. Looks like shit. Zendaya is a terrible, she is a terrible actress, and this episode really showed how good Girl Meets World is at comedy, because honestly, I compare this to other Disney Channel shows all the time. This was actually making me laugh. In any other Disney Channel show, I'd be annoyed by this. But I thought this was actually funny here. I thought they did a good job with this episode. And overall, I enjoyed this episode. But that's basically my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys saw this episode. Overall, guys, I thought this was definitely one of the high points of the season. Really enjoyed it overall. And I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be for a movie review. So I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.